February 11th, 2014. Now, if you are in central Alberta, you're going to want to take notice. Dr. Joel Wallach is coming to central Alberta March 27th, 7 o'clock at the West Edmonton Mall Gold Room. Now, if you've never heard of West Edmonton Mall, it is the biggest shopping center in the world. Sorry, Minnesota. We got you. No, actually, I'm not sorry. I'm talking like this place has got a replica Spanish galleon in the mall, a skating rink, a roller coaster. It's huge. Now, before the break, we were talking to Alicia. And Alicia, we just established that you don't have to be scared of VFAs. And after that, you were asking me about selenium. Now, selenium is typically taken one bottle per 50 pounds of body weight. And Dr. Wallach, I've heard him talk many times about selenium content being high in the eyes of animals that can see forever. And I've seen personally people's eye health totally recover from selenium usage, and not even that much. One girl had just crazy eye problems, and I just gave her about 10 of them. She took them, and what doctors couldn't do in 5 years, we were able to accomplish more in about 3 days. And remember, I'm not a doctor. Are you still here, Alicia?
Yes, I'm listening. Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, so I hope that clears that up for you.
Well, see, I don't know how many to take of selenium and what micrograms a day. And by the way, after I was told I had the astigmatism, for some strange reason, I started experimenting, and I closed one eye and the other. And I did some research about this, that we have cones in the back of our eyes, and some are born with defects with these cones that have to do with the colors. Okay, and I noticed that probably because of the cataracting, like in the dark where there's dim light, I see better to the right, and then colors seem more dull. Like at a street light, the red looks more orangey, than red. The right eye looks bright red when I look through that one eye, and then when I look to the left, it looks orangey or like a dull red. And so I don't know if that could be curable. But so you're saying, what do I take? How many selenium or Vision of X a day? How many a day?
How much do you weigh, Alicia?
Pardon me?
How much do you weigh?
120, and I just hold a little underweight. I don't want to be any thinner than what I am. I'm 5'6".
Yeah, and you were saying too that you're in your 50s and you look like you're 30.
That's what they say, but I need to tone up, believe me, because nobody wants that turkey waddle under their neck and then chicken wings.
No.
Yeah, the chicken wings and your triceps. Nobody wants that.
No, why would you, right? I mean, that's what I like about longevity myself. I just turned 40, and I get a lot of people actually, I just turned 39, but I get a lot of people tell me that I look a lot younger than I am, and my wife is younger than me, and she looks younger than she is. So I like the prospect of avoiding the bed sore and diaper years of aging, and and just in maintaining my health. But with the selenium, typically what I hear Dr. Glidden tell people is one bottle per 50 pounds. Go with 2 bottles a month. That's what I would do.
Okay, write this down. 2 bottles a month.
Yeah,
and
that's what I would do.
What about the vision effects?
The vision effects, I believe, is the same. Don't quote me on that. It's off the top of my head. But if you're a longevity, if you're already using the product, you can go in your back office and look up the product, okay? And just look at, there's product information, and it'll tell you all that right there.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
And then you mentioned ultimate selenium. That's something else other than extra selenium?
Yeah. No, that's the selenium. Ultimate selenium. It's kind of a cocktail of, there's copper and a few other things in there. And if you want to stay young looking, I tell you what, you take that selenium the way you're supposed to, and the copper will put extra color into your skin and into your hair. I've known people that had gray hair reverse back to its natural hair color from supplementing with the ultimate selenium due to the copper content.
Okay, I have a question. Is there ever any overdose of any of this stuff? If we ever get too much?
It's possible, but here's the deal. There's little signs you can look for. Like, it's not gonna kill you to take too much selenium, right? Like, you know, a person will get fishy smelling breath and soft nails. Keep in touch with Dr. Glidden through the radio show and just do, what I would do is take 2 bottles of selenium per month, appropriate for your body weight.
Okay, I'll do
and
that.
I take about 6 of them a day myself.
Okay.
And I've never had an adverse reaction or problem at all.
Okay.
You know?
Also, I was losing hair from all that stress from college, but then when it seemed to lessen a little bit, I started losing massive hair. I go, what's going on? And there was a fungus going around here. And I may have touched something or hats, and it was seborrheic dermatitis, like cradle crap. It just came on me, and I had 3 bald spots in my head. I go, oh, my God. And the doctor said he had it, and he gave me a medicated shampoo. So I healed fast in a month, but I took Chinese herbs to heal me from the inside out. And I still already had lots of hair, but the top, I need more. Like, you know, I got bangs, but I need more, you know, fullness. Because my hair clips used to hold hair well, now they want to slip off. But anyway, there's another thing that I'm concerned about. So, you know, I'm taking the glucogel.
Well, hang on. You just brought up your hair.
Yeah, and my nails were getting a little
Let's do one
soft.
thing at a time here, Alicia. Let's do one thing at a time.
Okay.
From Dr. Wallach's research, he found that hair loss is a tin deficiency. So if you want to do something about the hair loss, do the plant-derived minerals.
Okay, write that down. Plant-derived.
Yeah,
minerals.
that's what I would do, based on what I've heard Dr. Wallach say.
Okay. Also,
next thing.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm on a time clock, and I got to talk fast before you shut off.
It's a radio show, and it's only 2 hours, and we've got Kate in Utah and a few other people waiting to listen. But I want to try and give you the maximum amount of time that I can. So go ahead, Alicia.
I have one last thing. Okay, a year ago, I went to the dentist, and I was horrified. So I was praying, you know, the fear away, and I was told I had generalized bone loss in the mouth. That lots of people get it because, you know, deficiency and maybe hormones, and I don't buy that. It's all deficiency, okay? But anyway, they were very negative, saying, oh, no, your bones will never grow upright. They want to grow lateral, but you got good teeth, even though I have old fillings and 1 root canal. And they said, you take good care of your teeth because they've been like that for years. But they said, are your teeth loose? And I go, no, it was scaring me. And then I didn't want to know what 50% bone loss over the average meant. I didn't need to know extra to be more afraid. So, you know, I'm on longevity, but I want to know what can expedite that healing because that's very frightening. You know, and people don't know it. It sneaks up on them, and then all of a sudden they got loose teeth and they don't know why. You know, and they don't necessarily have cavities.
I would keep doing what you're doing. And maybe have a talk with Dr. Glidden when he's back on the show. Who signed you up with longevity? Is there a bunch of people around you?
Well, no, I don't know. I have to research this. It was JJ and Peggy Cole. I met them, and then I got on board, and I knew a lot of stuff they were talking about because I researched all kinds of things throughout the years. So I knew they were on the right track. And then so I got interested as a distributor, and until I upgraded my computer, my cell phone, I got some issues here I need to iron out. So right now it's just word of mouth. And I don't like being a saleswoman, but because this is important pertaining to our health, I'm getting the word out just by testimony that I'm hearing from others. You know, because that works until I get the newsletters and get those out. And
direct them to the radio show and have some meetings and, you know, because you've got a lot of questions and concerns, and there are resources available to you. You know, like I said, I don't have all the answers, but I know that I've seen a massive amount of health recovery success with people around me, and I believe in what I'm doing, and that's, you know, probably one of the main reasons I'm on this show today. And Alicia, keep doing what you're doing. Become an insider. Watch the webinars. And like I said, don't be afraid of the EFAs. And I would add, if it were me, I would add the minerals and the selenium to your regimen of products that you take. Alicia, it's been a blast talking to you. You're all right. We're going to go to Kate in Utah. Kate, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
How are you today, Kate?
Hi. How are you?
I'm excellent.
Good.
What's going on?
I am a distributor. I signed up not too long ago, But I have lots of questions, but I'll just go to this one right now. It's a personal question for me. I have had a symptom. I call it a spell for like 30, 40 years, and for the first 25, 30 years, it would wake me up in the night, and it was very uncomfortable. It was a sensation of nausea, lack of oxygen, and dizziness. And so about 6 years ago, they started coming on in the daytime, and I was getting them 1 to 7 times a day. And the symptoms were, it's like a thing goes off in my head, and I feel real heavy and lethargic really fast. I can tell they come on real instantly. And then my face pulls down, my speech slurs, my hands and arms go tingly and numb, and I get a gag, I have to dry heave a little bit because it makes me feel like it's not like a throw up or anything like that. It's just like a dry heave type thing. And then they last like 30 minutes. They make me very tired. Sometimes they wear me out. And they last 30 minutes to 2 hours usually. Most of the time 30 minutes. I went to doctors back then when I was getting them in the daytime. And they did some tests. I went to a heart doctor because I thought maybe it had to do with circulation or something. I didn't know if I was having strokes or what. So they did all the tests. And then they did a bubble echo. Are you familiar with bubble echoes?
I am not, but go on.
Okay. So they did a bubble echo because all the other heart tests came out normal and everything. But they did a bubble echo, and what that does is they put a monitor on your head, like a band around your forehead, and they tighten it down, and then they inject saline water into your vessel. And if the bubbles and saline in your veins. If the bubbles hit the monitor on your head, it tells them that you have a hole in the heart.
You know what? My mom went through something similar, subarachnoid hemorrhage. She had from a hole in the heart. But we got a break coming up. We'll come back to you on the other side.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome back to the Fire Your MD Now radio show. Now, before the break, we were talking to Alicia, and we're going to go right back to Alicia. This is Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. But before we talk to Alicia, I want to remind everybody in Central Alberta, we've got Dr. Joel Wallach. That's right, the man, the legend, the one and only Dr. Joel Wallach, March 27th, 7 o'clock p.m., the West Edmonton Mall Gold Room, March 28th, 7 o'clock in Sherwood Park at the Community Center. March 29th, 2 o'clock, Camrose Regional Exhibition. And if you're in Southern Alberta, don't fret, we got you covered. The 30th and 31st, he's going to be in Calgary. I'm not aware of the dates yet, but I will keep you posted. Team Glidden call-in line, 1-800-705-6892. If you're interested in getting involved with longevity for a health concern or a business opportunity or both, we got you covered on that line. Now, Alicia, you were talking about you had a hole in your heart. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, well, I did, and I'm Kate, by the way, but that's okay. It's no big deal.
Kate,
but,
sorry, I was talking to Alicia before you. Sorry about that.
You're fine, no problem. I understand, believe me. Okay, no, so they said, well, you're having many strokes because you're not getting enough oxygen. I had the hole in the heart from a birth, I guess. They say the valve doesn't shut, and then you get, your blood's not going to your lungs, and it's not absorbing the oxygen before it goes to your brain. And I thought, well, that kind of makes sense because I felt maybe it's causing lack of oxygen to my brain because there was a hole the size of a diamond, very floppy, and they went in and they closed it with a PFO closure. Well, months later, after it healed and my heart was closed, they did another bubble echo. Oh, back to the bubble echoes. When they give me a bubble echo, it started one of those spells that I have, but then went into a full body jerking seizure, and they had to shut the machine down. They thought I was having a stroke, and they said, well, you got a hole and that you need to get this done. And then they did another bubble echo afterwards. I went into the same type seizure thing after it was supposedly closed, so we found out that did nothing for what my symptoms were.
So it turns out they had no clue what they were doing the whole time, but they were doing a bunch of expensive stuff.
Exactly. And so, because I'm really a healthy person, other than this one symptom, that's the only thing I've ever had ailments of, really. And so then they sent me to a neurologist. I went to the two top neurologists in Salt Lake. One just well, I said, if you give me a bubble echo, because they did an EKG, and they were going to see if they could find out if it was seizures, because it is neurological. It does affect my face and stuff like my speech and things.
Crazy.
So they did a bubble echo with the EKG attached, and they did say that it was a temporal lobe seizure. But they said but the one doctor couldn't figure out what was causing it, and so she sent me to another specialist, and she says, we might not ever know, but I'm not even sure they know what it is, because...
I think you just answered your own question, Kate.
I did, but I thought, what would help? If I have something in my brain that's like weakened or something, and it either shuts down, I don't get the oxygen, it causes the same neurological symptoms over and over and over again. And it's usually when I don't have enough blood in my head, I think. But I try and think, what can strengthen, if it is circulatory.
Okay, let me ask you this. What have you been taking? For longevity products, and how long?
I've been on longevity for like 2 months, but I'm taking the Healthy Body Start Pack, the selenium, and the glucogel caps, because I was starting to get little aches and pains and the joints a little bit.
Have you had any good results?
Oh, yes. My aches and pains are gone. It hasn't affected my seizures or anything like that, but I feel I sleep better than I've ever slept before. My husband's a type 1 diabetic, and he has cut back. He's on Sweeties and the Healthy Start Pack and selenium, and he has cut back his insulin intake in just a month and a half about a quarter to a third.
Wow.
It's just, we're really excited about it. It's just awesome. So
yeah, that's great. And so, you're looking to see some improvement in this situation with these weird seizures. But, honestly, for being on it for 2 months, I would give it a little bit of time, because, we do recommend 90 days with the 90 for life.
Okay.
And,
is there anything else that that would help that type of symptom?
Just off the top of my head, if I was you, I'd up my EFAs.
Yep, the EFAs. Okay, get the other one.
I would.
The short
that's what I would do.
The EFA Plus and then the Ultimate EFA. And the difference between those is a short chain and long chain. Is that correct?
One is plant derived and one is animal derived, I think, is what the deal is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't understand
but
what the difference was.
I like the animal derived ones way better. Like, if you've been on the line for a while, and I don't know if you heard me talking to Alicia, but I take 15 of them a day, and I was a guy that was not getting enough air.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So that's what I would do. Alicia, we got a break coming up. Stick around. Okay. I want to talk to you a little bit more about this and dig around inside your brain a bit. After this break, Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be back after this. Love that music. I'm a big Van Halen fan. Not their new stuff, but, old Van Halen. I'm a guy that likes to rock out. I like having a few drinks. Love my longevity. Love my health. Love my life. Kate, are you still there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Kate, so if I was you before the break, we were talking about what you've been doing and the results you'd like to achieve. You know what? I just off the top of my head, I'd add some minerals to that.
Which ones? What minerals you talk?
Well, that's up to you. There's two different products. There's the plant-derived minerals, and then there's the Majestic Earth the Cherry Mins, and then the Majestic Earth plant-derived minerals. And the Cherry Mins, there's cherry juice added to the minerals, so it tastes like cherry juice. You just add it into your tangy osteo for the day, and it tastes great. A lot of people don't like the Majestic Earth plant-derived minerals, but I love them. I take about 4 ounces a day. So if I was you, I'd add that to my regimen, and I would stick with the program, get involved, and maybe take a look at the business end of it. And just keep it in there. It sounds like you and your husband are doing great. Yeah,
we're doing the business end. I'm pretty gung-ho on it, so I've had a lot of success. So
my mom had a hole in her heart. She had a subarachnoid hemorrhage years ago. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Remember, not a doctor. But she's on the longevity products for a year and a half, 2 years now. And my mother is getting younger looking, more beautiful, more healthy, and I just love her. And I'm so glad I've been able to put my family on the right path. And I hope that the same things happen with you. I wish you a long life. Keep in touch with us. And if things don't change, I want you to call this show back when Dr. Wallach is on, or Dr. Glidden, sorry, or you can even get a hold of Dr. Wallach, because that guy is a fountain of information. Are you hearing me, Kate?
I am. I'm hearing you. In fact, Dr. Wallach is coming to my little town February 26th, so I'm hoping to have a question with him on this also. So, but I thought I'd try the radio show first.
Spend lots of time talking to. Well, when I say spend lots of time talking to Dr. Wallach, he might just give you more time than you bargained for. The guy is just a fountain of information, and if you can sit through it and take notes, yeah, I think that's probably the best thing that can happen for you. But kudos to you for calling this show and getting in touch with me, Kate. I don't know you, but I love you. You and your husband keep going on the path that you're on. I got to let you go.
Okay, well, we appreciate all you do and everything, so we really enjoy it.
Well, I appreciate you. It's about all of us. It's about me. It's about you and everybody in our immediate vicinity that we can help out as much as we can. God bless you, Kate. We're going to let you go.
Okay.
And now, speaking of Wallach coming to town, when Dr. Wallach is in your town, as I understand it, good things happen. We've got him coming here March 27th at West Edmonton Mall in the Gold Room, 7 o'clock. March 28th, 7 o'clock p.m. in Sherwood Park at the Community Center. March 29th, 2 o'clock Saturday at the Camrose Regional Exhibition. So if you're in Central Alberta, there's a way you can register for the event. And if you want to give a call to 1-800-705-6892, we can give you more information on that and a whole lot of other things. But on the line, I've got a person who is one of the most awesome longevity people you'll ever meet. I'm talking about Ashley James. Ashley, are you there?
Hi, Mike. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. It's great to hear your beautiful voice, Ashley. Now, I understand you just spent a little bit of time with Dr. Wallach. Now, we've got him coming to our town, and Kate's got him coming to her town. Tell us what kind of good things we should expect from such a situation.
Well, first of all, thank you so much. I love it when you fill in for Dr. Glidden. Of course, no one can replace Dr. Glidden, but if there's anyone to take the reins while he's out saving the world, it certainly is you. So,
please, I'm getting a fat head.
I didn't already have one.
Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go on.
Mike, I'm here with Duffy, my husband, and as you know, Duffy and I.
Hi, Mike.
Duffy and I do
the best guy out there.
We grow this business, and it's been unbelievable. We've always hosted or helped host Dr. Glidden, especially up in your neck of the woods. Working with you and Team Glidden has been a dream come true. And recently, last weekend, we had the pleasure of helping someone in our downline in Hot Springs Village, Arkansas, host Dr. Wallach. People came out of the woodwork. This is one of those places where it's such a small area, small town, lots of forest. Not a big metropolitan area. And yet there were hundreds of people that came to see Dr. Wallach, and people who had said, his lecture 20 years ago changed my life and saved my life, and I had to come meet the man. And so he was amazing. I mean,
is that your first time meeting Dr. Wallach?
No, we've met him before, but this was our first time helping host him, and so we got to see him from start to finish. We got to be part of the group that picks him up from the airport, takes him out for breakfast, takes him out for dinner, takes him to his hotel room. Basically, we had the honor of assisting him while he's hosting this lecture, and really, I'm ashamed of longevity reps that we don't fill stadiums. But it is our fault. What are we doing that we're not filling stadiums? So shame on us, every longevity person listening. Shame on us that we're not putting tens of thousands of people. How many people go to a Super Bowl event? Super Bowl doesn't save people's lives. 10 minutes with Dr. Wallach saves lives, and he'll stand on his feet without a bathroom break for 8 hours to give health lectures. If that's what's needed, he'll wait.
As far as I've seen, Super Bowl gods, brain damage, and liquor store robberies.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, what was amazing, no problem. What was amazing is that he will stand there and make sure that every single person's question is answered. I've seen him start a lecture at 6 p.m., and he is still there at midnight answering questions, and people won't leave. You have to kick people out of the room and say, okay, we're shutting down, because everyone loves learning from him. He delivers, just like Dr. Glidden, he delivers the science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition, and he has so much experience that when you get an answer from him, you want to follow exactly what he says. It's just such a pleasure, and he makes it very entertaining. He explains nutrition and the history of nutrition in such a way. And now that he has his book coming out, he has this new book called Epigenetics. So if you're in the Alberta area, hey, even if you're in BC, I'm pretty sure the Albertans will let you guys cross the border and come up and so anyone within driving distance at Camrose or Edmonton or any of the cities that you guys are hosting Dr. Wallach next month, you've got to go, because being in his presence is way better than the Super Bowl. And I'm in Seattle, so that's how big it is.
And we're going. We're getting on a plane to be there.
Yeah, we're going to be flying into Alberta just so we can be part of your event and help in any way that we can help you host Dr. Wallach and be able to be with him. Sorry?
You're coming up here?
Oh,
absolutely.
We are definitely coming up there. Any chance to help you guys and be part of your experience hosting Dr. Wallach is just going to be life-changing. Thousands of lives are going to be saved because of what you're doing, Mike. What you and your team are doing up there, hosting Dr. Wallach for all those events. I'm serious. You're going to see so many lives saved because of the events you're putting on.
Well, you know what? You just buttered my muffin. No, that's great. And I've been obsessed with Dr. Wallach's work for a few years now. And yeah, like you say, in one way, it kind of makes me a little bit angry because I was born in 75 and this information was around, which leads me to believe that I went through a pile of unnecessary suffering that I would have never had to go through if somebody had the guts to stand up and have a brain and think for themselves and go to the right information. I didn't have to go through it. I didn't have to be a monetary drain on the healthcare system up here in Alberta because I was suffering things that would be easily cleared up with the contents of dirt. And it, okay, but don't be upset, right? Just march on, soldier on, and we got to get this out. And, yeah, it's absolutely amazing to be a part of this movement. What this is actually a grassroots coalition army of people that actually care about their family, neighbors, and community. Your politicians care about themselves. In our case up here, we spend millions of dollars every month. I'm talking millions and millions and millions for ineffective, crappy health care that in a lot of cases hurts more people than they're supposed to be helping. And this is a great thing to be involved with. So, yeah, you guys saw some great results in Palm Springs, Arkansas.
Yeah, the Hot Springs Village, Arkansas, yes. And here's my motivation for every single longevity member listening to me right now. Most of you probably know that Duffy and I, who achieved the chairman rank in longevity, because we're so on board with spreading this message, and we do longevity full time because we see results. We've seen thousands of people get their health back, thousands of people who suffered. So we actually we contributed to Dr. Glidden's Insider membership by doing about 10 hours worth of training. So if you're an insider with Dr. Glidden, it's only $20 a month. That's what the cost of a bad movie. You can have access to about 10 hours of training on how to build this business from the standpoint of wanting to help people, really wanting to make a difference in this world. And here's my motivation for you. Today, when you left your house you were within 5 feet of someone, whether you're at the line of Starbucks or you're at work or you're pumping at the gas, wherever you were today, even if you're a neighbor, you're within 5 feet of someone who went to bed last night crying in so much pain and so much suffering because either they have a medical condition or their loved one has a medical condition. And that person is in need, and you are within 5 feet of them.
And you have the information.
You have the information. It's up to you to get it to them. So you need to put your ego aside. You put your ego aside and start sharing. Start sharing about Dr. Glidden. Start sharing about Dr. Wallach. We have to pick up this torch because Dr. Wallach can't do it alone. It's our responsibility to fill these meetings that Dr. Glidden does and Dr. Wallach does. It's up to us to invite to the webinars and fill the events that Dr. Wallach does. It's up to us because when you've saved a few thousand people, there's nothing like it in the world. No money in the world can buy the joy of knowing that you were a part of helping improve people's lives. And it'll give you so much more than money. It'll give you a wealth inside your soul.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. And listen, people out there, if you are interested in building a longevity people, you want to get business, you want to get involved with people like Ash and Duffy. This lady knows what she's talking about. And Duffy's huge. First time I met Duffy, I thought there was an eclipse going on or something because the guy was blocking out the sun. Mike Phillips filling in for Dr. Glidden. Ashley, hold over, and we're going to take the show out with you on the other side. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Fire Your MD with Mike Phillips filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. And we were talking to Ashley James before the break. We've got a short segment, final one of the show. But just before we go back to Ashley, I want to bring up again that March 27th at 7 o'clock, West Edmonton Mall Gold Room. We've got Dr. Joel Wallach. March 28th, 7 o'clock p.m., Sherwood Park Community Center. March 29th, 2 o'clock p.m., Camrose Regional Exhibition. Dr. Joel Wallach. I've arranged to do a TV interview with Dr. Wallach here locally. Hopefully that pans out. I was talking to the TV studio this morning, and they're good to go. Now, if you're in southern Alberta, we got you covered. Team Glidden down in Calgary has got Dr. Wallach in their city for the 30th and 31st. I don't have specifics on a location and time yet, but that will be forthcoming. If you want to get involved in longevity, if you want to improve your health, your outlook on life, your energy, your sex life, whatever, your looks, teamglidden.ca, we're here for you. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-705-6892. That's 1-800-705-6892. Now let's go back to the ever awesome Ash James and her huge Viking husband Duffy. And she's got some great words to, we got involved with longevity, and the best thing that we ever did was to bring Dr. Peter Glidden up to Edmonton and Camrose to speak publicly. And here's the deal. Ash and Duffy came up here on their own dime. They coached us. They helped sign people up after the show. And where I really saw my business start to take off was with Dr. Glidden here, speaking publicly and answering questions. We had a lady recover from lupus in 6 months because Dr. Glidden sat for probably a half an hour after the show with just her and spent a lot of time with other people as well. And you've got people like Ash, James, and Duffy who came up here just to help us build our business, and we're eternally grateful. And I'm proud to call you folks my friends. Now, what other words have you got for the people out there in Radio Land?
Well, here's why I love network marketing. And, if you had told me 3 years ago I'd love network marketing, I probably would have looked at you like you had a mineral deficiency. Because I had no idea that it could be this good. Just like you just don't know what you don't know. And the fact is when I say this good, I'm not just talking about money. I know that there are network marketing companies out there that's all they focus on is a compensation plan, I get it. Some people, that's all they want to focus on. You know what? Money's good. Money should come in balance, though. Balance with, you put forth, you want to help someone in some way, do a service of some kind, and it's a tool. It's an energy exchange. If you go to work 9-to-5 job, you're giving someone your life, you're giving your time, and they're handing you a paycheck, right? So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. With network marketing, it's you care, you just pour your heart out, you care about everyone, you love everyone, you help everyone as much as possible, and then it's going to come back at you more than threefold. It's going to keep coming back, and it's going to keep multiplying, because the more you put out and the more you give, the more you're going to get back. So my philosophy in life is just love people like crazy and do everything you can to help them grow their business. Everyone that you bring into your team, just forget about you, forget about your paycheck, and go and help as many people in your team as possible save lives. And if you put your ego aside, and when we thought to come up and help you, working with you, Mike, has been, we never knew that how amazing it would be to be your friend and to be your family adopted us. I mean, I'm in love with your mom. I love your entire family. And every time I go and visit you, I feel like the welcome wagon comes. I feel like you're my long lost family I never had. And this is what I experience with everyone in my team. And I know that other people in longevity feel the same way, that when you build a downline, you're not building a business, you're building a family, a real family that takes care of each other, that loves each other, and so what you get is way more than just a huge paycheck. And you'll get a huge paycheck.
I totally agree. Ash, I got to cut you off. We got the music for the end of the show, and I know you got lots to say, but you know what? I'm going to talk to you again, and thank you so much for calling in. God
You're
bless
awesome,
you,
Mike.
everyone, America, Canada, and all the ships at sea. I'm Mike Phillip, and I approve this message.